How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic week. So we're going to try something new where I kind of teach you guys something live versus it being a regular video. Now, obviously this will become a regular video when the stream is over. It's just this particular overlay setup and everything is very difficult to just kind of cram into a 10-minute video. So what I wanted to do is kind of show you guys the process a little bit slower and have you guys ask questions and everything like that. And at the very end of the stream, I'm going to be giving you guys something that will kind of help you remember some of the stuff that I've gone over in today's video. And you can only get it in the Discord. So at the end of the stream, I'll go and I'll throw it into the Discord in the stream help chat, and that way you guys can get it there. And then for those of you guys who are watching this as a VOD, it's still going to stay in there, so you guys will always have access to it. Now, this is kind of a test in a way for me to see if you guys like these types of streams a little bit more, where I kind of guide you guys a little bit, kind of like a online course in a way. So it is kind of, like I said, it is kind of a test. It's something I've been kind of wanting to do for a few months, and this just kind of opened up the door of opportunity a little bit more. So, yo, Skinny, you made it. Nice. I wasn't sure if you were going to make it or not. So one of the things that you guys are going to get at the end is going to be this sheet here that I'm going to show you on the main screen. So I'm actually going to get rid of myself here, so that way you guys can't have anything blocked. But this is what I put together in Excel. So I went through all of it to see what was the same, what was different, and depending on which platform you stream on, everything's going to be kind of different in certain ways. So you guys will be able to have this whenever the stream is over. Let's see. I came to see how to do this in StreamElements. Yeah, so StreamElements is what I personally use. It's what I prefer for everyone to use, especially when you guys run into a lot of problems with Streamlabs. So I'm going to be showing you only the Twitch side of things, just so that way I'm not repeating myself on creating certain things. But I'm going to show you guys how to install a theme, which will be here in the theme gallery. And then I'm going to show you how to bring your own created assets into your own overlay with my overlays. So I will open it up to questions throughout. I'll keep an eye out on chat as well. But you're on mobile until I get home. You're always out. For a state that doesn't allow people to really be out and about, you're always out and about. Like for a state that's like practically closed down, it's funny how you're always out and about. All right, so let's talk about theme galleries. So theme galleries, I made a video on, but to kind of quickly recap here, you have super themes, which are basically going to be your complete entire overlays. So I'm going to use this as an example. You would get everything here. So you get every scene that you see here. So like this is your main game scene. This is like you're just chatting. This would be your starting soon, be right back, and your ending. So if you like this and you like everything about it, you would click on create my overlay. And what that will do is ask you to give it an overlay name. And we'll just say Fall Guys. And then we'll create the overlay. So here, this is asking you to take all of the links and everything like that. So if you like exactly how it is, you don't want to touch it, you don't want to edit anything, what you're going to do is you're going to copy each one of these individually. So it's not all of those going to be on one link. So you have one of these is going to be a scene, this one's going to be a scene, that one's a scene, that one's a scene, and so on and so forth. if you want to make edits, you're going to click on the C theme in my overlays. So when you click on that, it will then bring you here. So these are all my custom made overlays and everything that I've kind of messed with. But if you scroll down, you'll see all of the ones here. So I'm not going to make any edits or anything to any of these, but if you wanted to either preview, you would click on this and it would kind of show you what it looks like. So this is kind of all you would see. This is what you would get. If you wanted to edit something, you'll click on edit, but we'll get to that in just a second. So when you click on the 3 dots, it's going to allow you to look at a few different things. You can either copy the URL, which you had that full list of everything, but now that you kind of know what image that you're trying to copy the URL for, this makes it a little bit easier to see it. For the properties, this allows you to change the name of it so that way you know which one is which. You can also change the resolution for it. So if you wanted it to be in 1440p, 1080p, 900p, 720p, or if you have a custom size that you want to use it for, you can always change that and it will change it accordingly. And then of course you hit submit and everything's good to go. Now when you go to edit, things get a little bit more overwhelming because you got all this stuff on the left hand side. This is why I don't have my camera on. You got all this stuff on the left hand side, and I'm actually going to go through all of this. Now, I'm going to go through it on a basic level. I'm not going to go through it on an advanced level because there's so much extra stuff that I don't want to overwhelm you guys. So I'm just going to go through it on a basic level. But you can pretty much move things, hide things, change information. You can move this out of the way as well so that way you can see the stuff on the bottom. But I'm going to get through all of this. But just to let you know, you can go in here and start changing information. So let me go back. So that is how you install the overlays. Now, you also have just basic themes. So maybe you're just looking for something individual. So you can sort it by new. You can sort it by game, popularity, alphabetical. And it will show you different things here. So you can have, maybe you want this overlay for just the camera. Or maybe you want to have something for Rocket League or just a basic electric blue overlay. And you can kind of see what they look like when you hit on preview. So this will kind of show you what you would get in that overlay, which is nice. And then the same thing applies. If you like it, you'll hit on the create my overlay and then you'll be able to follow the same steps as I showed before. So it's pretty self-explanatory, once you start doing that. You can also do the same thing for alerts. So if you just wanted the alerts for Fall Guys, just because they're eye-catching and everything like that, they're super colorful and kind of cute looking, that's fine too. You can do the same thing. You click on create and it brings it over to my overlay and everything like that. The other thing is widgets. Now widgets is going to be something that you can add additional to these super themes and everything like that. So if you have a theme already created, you can add any of these in there. So like say for example, you wanted to have a 3D alert box. So click on preview and it will show you what that 3D alert box would look like. So you'll see something like this. Nice, big, and kind of, there to catch the eye of the viewer and stuff like that. So if you wanted to add that, you could. So you can click on create my overlay. You can either add it to a brand new overlay or you can copy it to an existing overlay. When you do that, it's then going to give you a list of all these other overlays. So now you can kind of see, which one you want to put it to. So maybe we just want to put it for the in-game. So we'll click on that, create my widget. It will give you another link, but you don't have to worry about that. And you can go to see my overlays, and then we'll go back to this one. And now we should have that alert for this one if I put it on the right one. That's my question, if I put it on the right one or not. That I don't know if I did. I may have put it on the wrong one. I don't know which one I put it on. But essentially that's what you would do. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. 3D, create, add to existing, in-game Twitch. Let's try putting it on one of these. Let's try main game down here. Create, open there. Main game, main game, main game, main game. There it is. See if it shows up. So, okay, so it was there. So it was on both of them. Okay, I think. I know I had it. I don't know why it's not loading in, but essentially that's what you do. That's how you add it to it. But I just don't know why it's not working. So, I don't know. But that's essentially how you add these into them. And it's really cool to be able to see those. So if you do like how these are, then you would go ahead and click on that, copy the URL, and then you would then paste it into a browser source on your OBS. So let me open up OBS because I don't use Streamlabs OBS. That's why it's closed. But let's open it up real quick. Okay, so I will go ahead and add a browser source. We won't care about the name. And then we'll do Control V as in Victor to paste it in. And there we go. Now, of course, I have to resize it and make it the correct size. So let me go here. I think we had that at 1080p. So 1920 by 1080. And then I have to resize it. Fit to screen. Bam. All right, so now you have your overlay. Now the beautiful thing about this is you don't have a webcam source. You don't have one image here, one image there, one there, one there, a stream label here, a stream label there, that up there. I have one source that does everything. And that is what I like about this so much, is it's less resources that I have to use on my computer and less resources that Streamlabs has to try to render. And it's all on one source and it's web-based. And that's what you would be doing for every single one of those overlays. So this would have its own link, that has its own link, and so on and so forth. And you would just go and create that into each individual scene. Have I lost any of you guys so far? Are we kind of following along? Any questions before I move on a little bit more? Because this is just the easy part. When it comes into actually creating your own stuff customly, that's when things get to be a little bit more time to pull out the notebook in a way. But I want to make sure that I answer any questions you guys have with this part before I move on to the next part. I'm going to give it about a minute or so. I know there's not a lot of people watching currently, but I want to at least give you guys a moment to ask any questions that you have. Yes? No? Anyone got any questions? Got about 30 seconds left. All right, we're going to move on then. Okay, so let's talk about actually creating your own overlay. So you're going to go here to My Overlays, and you're going to go over here to Create Blank Overlay. So you're going to want to set it to the resolution that you're going to want to have yours created in. I'm going to leave mine at 1080, and then hit Start. So the reason why I'm doing this with Twitch in terms of the design aspect and the features and everything is because Twitch has the most. So here's that sheet again. As you can see, Twitch has a lot of features that can be used, from alert box, merch alert box, and stuff like that. But it also has like store redemption, and the other ones don't really have that. But then if you look at like the engagement that you can use, and I'll get into that in a moment as well, you have stuff like cooldowns, or sorry, countdowns, contests, giveaways, media requests, merchandise goals, sub credit rolls, and stuff like that. But YouTube and Facebook, they don't really have a lot of that type of stuff. But each one has their own types of give or take on what they can offer. And again, I'll be giving that sheet to you guys in the Discord at the end. So this is going to be your editor. This is where you're going to make everything however it is that you want. And you're going to name the overlay so you don't get confused on what overlay is what. So we're just going to call this test. Okay. Up on the top navigation, you have it to where you can look at your session data. And the session data is going to be stuff if you've used StreamElements for anything. So you'll have like your latest follower and stuff like that will be pulled in when you log into whichever platform that you're going to be streaming with. Because you have to log into StreamElements anyways to be able to get to any of this stuff. So whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, it's going to pull that information over. So you'll have your stuff like your labels, your goals, your totals, and everything like that. So you can reset all that if you need to, but I just kind of leave it as it is. And then if you ever needed to copy it to be able to, bring it into OBS, you could do that, or you can just preview everything before you copy it and bring everything in. So that's pretty self-explanatory. So this right here will allow you to see what options you can give. So this is where you're going to see the differences between Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. And that's what this is going to be all about. This is the differences between the two, and what you can emulate, what you can't, and stuff like that. So for here, you'll have your alert box, which is whenever people will follow, subscribe, tip, etc. Then you'll have your merch alert box. So if you use the merch store here on StreamElements, you'll be able to have an alert come up when someone buys something from your store. The hype cup is very self-explanatory. It's very similar to the tip jar that is over on Streamlabs. The cabogen, that is when you see emotes just explode all over the screen. Then you have your store redemption, when people will redeem an item from your store. And then you also have Hype Boss, which is something that people don't really use a lot. It's something that if people had like followed or subscribed, it takes the life down for the Hype Boss, and then whoever defeats the Hype Boss becomes the next Hype Boss. It's an interesting feature. For your engagement, you have your countdown, so that's like your timers and stuff like that. It's something that we usually see whenever there's like a big release happening, or whenever there's like a 24-hour type stream. You have your contests, and contests are something that you would have to have activated here on StreamElements. You have giveaways, same thing, has to be activated here. Media requests, self-explanatory. Merchandise goals, so you can set goals on merchandise sales. And then you also have a credit roll for your subscribers, and this can go up to 100 subscribers during a time segment. For labels, this is where you'll have different types of options. So you can have like your latest, total all time. You can have certain goals. So you can have like your latest subscriber, newest, resub, gifted subs, recent subscribers, top gifters. There's so much extra stuff that you can add in here for stream labels, and there's just too much to really go into. Same thing with like the latest followers, recent followers, follower counts. You can do stuff for bits. You can do goals for them. You can do stuff for tips, tips of them all time, goals. Same thing with hosts. And then other, you have your train. So there's a train count. So if you were having a lot of people like subscribing or something, you can have a sub train. I think you can also do a follower train. You can have an event list that will show a certain amount of people who have either hosted or used bits or followed or subscribed. You can show up to like, I think it's like 5 for each one of the event lists. If you are playing music, which a lot of us now aren't going to be playing music, that is going to be what the now playing would be. But we can't really play music anymore. I don't know if this works with Spotify if you're using like Stream Beats or anything like that. I don't know if that works. And then you have a bot counter. So it says here that your chat command count displayed in real time. So for static and custom, you can have a static text, you can put an image in, you can add a video, you can do an asset rotator or a slideshow of images. You can also have a rotator for any of your merch that you use here on StreamElements. And then if you're really good with HTML or CSS or JavaScript, you can even build your own custom widgets in the custom widget area. For charity and seasonal, you'll have different options here as well. And you also will have the ability of showing your stream chat. Now, for some reason, this does not always work. The stream chat option does not always work. I don't know why, but I have some workaround videos on my YouTube channel that kind of help you guys go around this. I don't use the actual stream chat option. I just use my workaround because this is never consistent enough. Now, when you do build something, this is where I was talking about emulating. When you emulate something, you can see it, how it looks in this empty space here. So if I had a follower or if I had an alert box set up, I can then do an emulant, or I can emulate the follower event. Same thing with all these other types of events that you see here. So you can do stuff for subscribers, tips, cheers, hosts, raid. You can do item redemption, an emote event, which for some reason I don't understand why the emote event never worked when I tried it, but it just never seemed to want to work. Merch event, and then for other, this is going to be for your charities. So that kind of goes into everything. Now, before I start actually showing you guys how to build anything, does anybody have any questions so far of the information that I've gone over? I just want to make sure that I answer any questions as I go along. And if you guys have questions as I am explaining anything, please feel free to, start talking in the chat. I'll get through all my stuff real quick, and then I'll go back and I'll look at chat and stuff like that. I just want to make sure that I'm able to answer any questions you guys have as I go through this, because there's a lot of information. And for those of you guys who are just coming into the stream, I'm simply going over the entire overlay editor for StreamElements to kind of help you guys understand at least the basics of it. That way you guys don't have to go through like Streamlabs and having to have Prime or having to worry about your system overworking itself. And that's why I personally use StreamElements, because it's a lot easier on the computer, and I like having it web-based because it also makes it pretty convenient to have just one link versus like 50 different types of sources. But I'm going to keep on going. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, definitely, say something in chat. What's going on, CreoVox? Welcome to my very first educational stream. This is the first time I'm ever doing something like this versus my educational videos. So if you have any questions about the overlay system or anything that I go over in this video, or in this stream rather, definitely let me know and I can try to answer that question for you. Just make sure it is related to what it is that I'm talking about in this video. I don't want to go too far off track of what I'm talking about, because this is going to be a VOD for people to watch later, so I don't want to get too off track for them. So now that I've kind of gone over the overall stuff that you could do on here, let's actually start building something. So we're going to do just one basic scene, okay? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go and I'm going to add a few different things. So the first thing we want to do is add in our actual stream background. So that's going to be just an image. So once you have that, it's a small little box that pops up here, and this is the first window you're going to see. So you're going to want to set an image. So I already have a bunch of images already uploaded, but you won't. So you're going to want to make sure you're on the image tab. You're going to go over here to upload, and you're going to find your file. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab this intermission that I have. And you can see it's super tiny, so we need to fix that. So what we're going to want to do is go over here to where it says position, size, and style. So it was dropped down originally because we were in settings. Now you can have it to where it will scale, or you can have it to where it's auto, but it doesn't do it automatically for you. Okay. So what you're going to do here is you're going to go to the width, and you're going to plug in the width of what you set this whole canvas to be, which for me was 1920. So now you can see it's already starting to fill it up. So then we're going to finish it up by doing 1080, not 1080.09. All right. So now that we have that, it's filled up our entire spot and we're good. We don't have to worry about anything else. You don't have to worry about the top because this is probably going to crop it if I mess with this. So if I do like 50, that's not going to do anything, huh? Okay, cool. Don't do anything. Don't worry about it. Just leave it at 0. Now, opacity will make it to where it's kind of see-through. But since it's our background, we don't want to worry about it, and you don't have to worry about rotation. Okay, you don't have to worry about any of that. So we can leave it as it is. Center widget means this will just push this to the center, but we're fine. So now that we have that done, we can go ahead and drop that down. And we're going to go back here to the plus. And now what we want to do is add some extra stuff. So let's add in the alerts, okay? So we're going to add in the alert box. And now you can see we got all this stuff that just dropped in. Now, if you don't need all this stuff, just uncheck what you don't need. But what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to go and kind of mess with some of the settings. So by default, I'm going to mute this so I don't hear it. But by default, what you're going to do is you're going to see that. So that is their default one that you can use. The sounds are default and everything too. Okay. If you don't like that, you can change the image by clicking on set image. And since this is going to be a follower alert, I'm going to choose this one. And then I'm going to also change the sound. So I already have some sounds already added in here. So let me find the one for followers. Here we go. All right, so now once we have that, I like to have it to where mine kind of sits like right on top of it. So we're gonna go and try to see if we emulate it, if it will emulate what we just added. Okay, so it didn't emulate the sound. So we're gonna save it. And then let's try it again. Okay, so it's not doing it. So let me clear out the sound, upload a sound. See, I'm also showing you some of the things you guys might actually encounter with it too. So we got that. And I'm also noticing, let's do that one. So we'll save. Yeah, I don't know why it's not doing it. Let's see, set image, clear sound. It just doesn't want to do it. I don't get it. Sometimes it just doesn't want to do it. Because I upload the right sound. Hey, go back.
Thank you for following.
Yeah, see, that's what it should do. We're going to learn together. Save. Preview. Open tab in browser. And then I wonder if it's because I have this muted. That might be why. Nope. So that's not it either. It just keeps doing the same original sound. Which is really odd for it to do that. So let me see. Yeah, advanced follower alert. That's what we were doing here.
Thank you for following.
Ah, okay. So I had this muted, but I'm wondering why it was doing two different sounds. Strange. That could have just been my fault the whole time. Oh well. But yeah, I'm getting two different sounds though. If you wanted an animated one, it would be video. So if I wanted to do animated, it would be a video. So where is it? Here it is. Bam. All right, so if I wanted to do that, then let's go ahead and save. And then we'll emulate.
Thank you for following.
There you go. And it'd be something like that. So videos are going to be for animated. Now the only thing here. Oop, I don't want to change the image. Go back. Go back. There we go. Okay, so let's go here, back to the settings. Now let's make that a little bit larger. And then when we have that, let's try saving it. I'm trying to see if I can get the text to come up, because I noticed that that didn't come up the time I tried emulating it. Yeah, see?
Thank you for following.
No text. Which is kind of strange, because there should be text. So in here, I don't want to enable custom font. I just want to use the standard one. See, it's weird. Like, mine works fine. Like, I did this all yesterday, and it worked completely fine. But now that I'm, like, showing it live, it's like, nah. I'm just going to give you a bunch of problems. That's what we're going to do. Let's see. Video, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, let's go back to image. Let's see, followers. What's up, Ryan? How nice of you to stop on by, broski. Yeah, so let's see, image over text. I think I know what this might be. I've ran into this problem before. Let me see if it shows the text on here. I think it does, because I can kind of see it faded right there in the center. So what this sometimes happens, and this is actually kind of good, that it's showing it, is this right here. So the one issue that I do have when it comes to StreamElements is how they handle their text. So I'm actually gonna see if I can get this to kind of level itself out. Now let's see if I can get it to show. There it is. See, it's on the top. See how it says it on, it shows it right there on the top. So I need to find a way of getting that to come down. And that is one of the biggest issues. Because now
Thank you for following.
It's probably too far. Yeah, see, now it's too far. So let's try. Oops. Okay, so this is something that you guys will probably run into as well. So you see how I'm trying to lower it down?
Following.
There we go. Now it's somewhat in the center, right? You think that's all good and fine and dandy? Just watch this. I'm gonna mute it again because I'm tired of hearing the same alert. Now, if I was to grab the edge, you see how now it's moving out of the box? Even if I hold shift, it still like moves it away from the box. That is one of the biggest issues that I have when it comes to StreamElements. So you have to constantly figure out where you want it. So we're going to move it over here. Let's resize it how I want it. There we go. Now let's go back to text. And then we'll go to... No, we don't need animation. Here we go. So now that I have it where I want it, now I got to go back in there, right? Got to go back to text settings. We got to go to advanced, and we got to adjust this guy. So let's try bringing it to 100. Boom. Beautiful. It works for me. Now, you only have to do that one time if you're going to have the alert where you want it, right? The only time you got to replicate that is when you're going to have an alert on another tab. So it's kind of good that it was giving me that hiccup, because now you guys kind of see the workaround for it, right? But now that we have the overlay, we have the alert, we have the alert sound how we wanted it, we have it how we wanted it set up. Let's also take a look at some other settings. So you can have it where it's columns, so you have the photo on top and the information on the bottom. You also have it where you can have a row, which is going to have the image to the side on the left side, and then the text on the right hand side. And then the way I like having it is the text over the image. You can change this message, just keep name as it is, but you can change the rest of this. You can change the alert duration, which is going to be in seconds. If you know CSS, go for it. I don't touch CSS because I don't know CSS. Now, for variation settings, you can add different variations. So if you have like a variation for, say, ooh, I did not want to click on one. Jeez, man, rushing me. Just trying to show the list. Thank you. So if you wanted to add in another type of variation for, like, say, a resub or a gifted sub and stuff like that, then yes, you would add in these variations. Now I shall click on one, and then you can go in here and adjust the different settings that you need to. This is all advanced stuff. I highly recommend you guys go through it. I'm not going to go through that on this video. This is all just beginner stuff, but this is variations. Maybe I'll do that in a separate video. Okay, so we don't need to worry about variations. You can do text to speech if you want to. And then there's also going to be your text settings, which is kind of where we're at already. So you can have different types of fonts if you want to. You can also, whenever it decides to move, come on, thank you. You can also enable custom fonts. I want to make a just chatting section for me, but is there a way that I can just get a pre-made one? Yeah, so there are some overlays that you can just get a just chatting scene, but trying to bring in the chat depends on where you're streaming. What platform do you stream on? But yeah, so you can also bring in your own custom fonts as well. You can, custom font family, you can change its size, line weight, letter spacing, word spacing. This is all like basic stuff that you learn in Microsoft Word. You can also choose how you want it to be laid out. Again, Microsoft Word type stuff, bold, italic, underline, indentation, stuff like that. Let's see, I do PC, and I want to get a just chatting stream thing where there's something on a stream besides just a black screen and a chat overlay. So I did show earlier in the stream the pre-made one. I can kind of go back to it. I can't go to it right now, just because we're so far along into the lesson, but I can go back to it. Or if you want to rewind closer towards the beginning of the stream where I was showing the Fall Guys overlay, then you'll be able to see it there. But yeah, there are some that you can have just a just chatting scene itself. As long as you're able to overlay your chat, that's the important part. And then you guys can also do a stroke on the text, which is basically an outline that goes on the outer edge of it. So that way it makes it pop out a little bit more. You can do a text shadow, and you can also have like different types of highlights for like animations. So you could do like a pulse animation, you could do a bounce, a flash in, a rubber band, stuff like that. So there's some nice little variations that you can add to it. Ah, welcome back, my friend. Hold up. Did you? Hang on a second. Either I'm losing my mind, or did you renew your membership, Skinny? Because I could have sworn you had the brown egg. Now you have a blue egg. Oh, it's on auto. Gotcha. I was like, I'm about to lose my mind right now. Well, I appreciate you staying on auto, dude. Thank you. Okay. So, are you guys with me so far? Have I lost any of you guys on this whole thing yet? Well, I think I lost you because you were on mobile and you probably disconnected from half the stream. Now, what I did for follower alert, you guys will do for all the other alerts. So you'll set up your image, you'll set up your audio that you want for it, you'll have to adjust the whereabouts of where you want it to be. Well, actually, no. When you set the first one for where the whereabouts is, the only thing you're going to have to do is probably adjust the text. But you want to at least change the image and the font. No, image and the sound. Sorry. But once you guys have all that, then you are golden. So this right here, this empty spot, this is usually where I have a video being played. And that is actually something that I throw in later in OBS. So this isn't anything that I put on here, but you guys can if you wanted to. So if you guys wanted to put in, where is it? If you guys wanted to put in a video, you could. So you could add a video already and then just throw it in here if you wanted to. But the only downside is if the video is too long or too large of a file, StreamElements will not allow you to upload it. That's the only thing. So it's just easier to just throw it into OBS later. Now for the chat area, you can try using your stream chat, which will give you this little box right here. Oh, you're gonna just keep snapping, aren't you? Okay, buddy. Okay, all right. I see how you're doing it. Whoop, and then you just kind of make it the size you want, and then bam, there's your chat. So let me go to my Twitch page. I didn't think I was gonna bring the chat thing in here. Hold up. Let's see. I think I'm logged into Twitch on the StreamElements.
How's it going? My name
is thingy-mabobber. Let me see. Where's my chat? Hello, YouTube. Let's see if it works. Haha! Success! I love when technology works. Well, yeah, so that's how you get your chat in there. Skinny. Success! But yeah, so that's how you get your chat and everything in there. So that is pretty much how you get a scene done. But that, that it's very, very easy to do. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all the stuff. You guys ready for this? Because it's going to be a lot of things all over the screen. All right, so we've already done alerts. Merchandise alert box is the exact same thing. Let's see, this is cool. how do I add thumbnails to my live streams? So when you are setting up your live stream on YouTube, they give you the option to upload thumbnails. Now, if you don't have the option to upload thumbnails, you're going to want to go into like your settings and stuff like that and see if you can unlock custom thumbnails, and then you'll be able to add thumbnails to your regular videos and to your live streams. And why don't you drink Sunny D? What is wrong with Sunny D? I need to know this. Sunny D is awesome. What's wrong with Sunny D? You're welcome, by the way. So merchandise alert box is the exact same thing. You know, it just alerts whenever you get a sale. The hype cup. Everyone is probably familiar with this if you've seen it on Twitch before. Is it going to load the Santa Claus? That's why it takes forever. Forever. Yep. It's the Santa Claus. So this is just too much. I'm going to change this. I'm going to change this one. But essentially you can have your followers, subs, tips, cheers, hosts, raids, blah, 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 go into this bag of tricks. But we want to change the cup. You can also change the cup actions if you wanted to. So change the cup. It gives you these different types of options. Thank you, Sunny D. I appreciate it. I appreciate that support. I'm glad I was able to help, by the way. So if I wanted to change the cup, we're just going to go with something simple. We're just going to go with this. Bam. Nice and simple. Okay, cool. Yes. So frustrating you don't show in my sub list. I don't know if I have my sub thing private. That might be why. Either that or maybe you have your subs private? If not, then I don't know. What's up, Boyd? Well, all these alerts also work on YouTube Live. So I'm going to be giving you guys this in my Discord at the end of the stream. It's going to be a PDF that you guys can download and have for yourself. It tells you everything that what platform does what it can't do, and what the other ones offer that the other one doesn't. So this will be really beneficial for you guys, and I just knew that there was a lot of information that you guys it would be so much easier to just have something visual for you. But some of the stuff will work on YouTube, yes.
Captain, we are being hailed by Super Chat.
Void coming in with the $5 Super Chat. This man is unstoppable. He's amazing. And he coming in with the Super Chats. This information is so valuable. Like the stream. I love it. I love it. Dude, thank you so much again for the Super Chat. Yeah, guys, like, I make a lot of educational videos, and I want to be able to do more educational stuff for you guys. This is the very first educational live stream, and I'm testing it to see how you guys receive it and, you know, how you guys feel about it. If you like these more than gaming streams, I want to be able to find what you guys are wanting to see more of so I can put more time and energy into those things. And I didn't want to try to shove this into one video because it would have had so much stuff going on that people probably would have clicked away within like 2 minutes. So I figured a live stream would be easier where you guys can ask questions and I can kind of go through a little bit slower and just kind of show you guys more things in depth. Not a lot of people will do that. Not a lot of people make the PDF that I also made. Like, it's I try to take everything that I know and give it to you guys. Because when I started streaming in 2013, I failed so hard because I had no idea what I was doing. So I'm taking my time of trial and error and I'm trying to eliminate it for you guys. Will this make me famous? I don't know. We'll see. So you can also edit the cup too. So if you don't like any of these types of images, you can give your own. You can even give it a background. You can give it a foreground if you want to. You can completely change it if you want to, which is nice. So we're going to go ahead and click that away. And what will happen is if I go ahead and get a follow, blink, it's a little follow icon. Let's do it again. We gotta wait. Whee! Essentially, that's all it is. And then if you want to clear it, reload cup. Blink, it's empty. So you can also, and I don't encourage you guys to do this, but you guys can if you want. You can show the message, which is really annoying on the screen, by the way. So this is why I don't like it. Long message just going out of nowhere all the way across the screen. Just to drop that little guy. So I don't even bother with it. Now, you don't want to worry about the use of the entire screen for the cup because nobody wants to do that. And then showing the wireframe, that you don't want to do that either. It just looks horrible. See? Looks horrible. You can also set the duration for how long it takes for it to like have the text to slide over. So you can increase the speed if you want to, but you don't need to. You can have the bounce, how many bounce for the tokens, and then like recent events, like how many and stuff like that. And that's pretty much it for that. And then of course your position, size, and style doesn't really change, but I mean you can go in there and change it if you want to. You can change the opacity of it. So if you want it to be a little bit more see-through, you can do that. If you want to try to like not have it up in everyone's face on somewhere on your screen, I've seen that before where people have it pretty low in terms of the opacity for it. And then for text settings, if you have the text stuff going across, you can then mess with all that stuff too if you want to. All right, let's move on to the next one. Oh, this one's gonna be everyone's favorite. I might even start using this. So this little box, you can have it to where it will fit the entire screen, where all your emotes go flying everywhere, or you can have it sit in that little box. So here's gonna be the little box. Hang on, little box. Because I don't want you guys to see the whole screen yet. Where is it?
Thank you for becoming a member.
Yo, we got another member. Welcome to the Vox fam. Welcome to the Vox army. Woohoo! Yo, Void, man, you're coming in with a lot of support lately, dude. I really do appreciate it, man. I really, really do. I gotta catch your streams, man. When is your next live stream? All right, so let's see. I don't know. Oh, here we go. We'll just do this follower event. Bam! It's all my dragon emotes in a little box. Now that's just too cluttered, right? It's way, way, way too cluttered. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give them the whole entire screen. We're gonna give them that shine. Bam! Now you guys might feel like that's a little too much, but I absolutely love that. Like, I wish more streamers would use this. I love seeing explosions of emotes. Now you can set that for a lot of different things. So you can have it to where it's going to be for like subscribers only or anything. I don't. Does it work for Facebook? Let me look at my list. Let's see. It does. So it has alert box, merch, alert box, hype cup, the Capagen, and the hype boss. So yes, it does. See, even I need to use that list. So let me see. I know there was an area in here that lets you show like different ones. Yeah, so you can set it up for whatever ones you want it to be. So if you know you get a ton of followers and then they just like abuse it, same thing with like tips and stuff. So you can do explosion, which you saw there, or you can do fireworks. It's so pretty. You can also do fountain. I love my emotes. Isn't it, Gru? Like, I think this is cool. I don't know why a lot of streamers don't use this anymore. Like, everyone's going super minimal, and it's like, your stream is so boring when people come in with raids and stuff. Like, I need some excitement. I need excitement in my life. Now, Bubbles is okay. It's not my favorite. It's okay. It's okay. It's kind of similar to Explosion. Kind of. I highly encourage you, Skinny. I highly encourage you, my friend. I will love it. I think it'd be awesome, especially when you get raids. Oh, that's gonna be sick, dude. Like, people can be like, "Oh my god, look at all that stuff on the screen!" Oh. But yeah, so you can even set it to be less amount of emotes if you're feeling like there's too many. You can also increase it to 1,000, which is probably gonna make your stream crash. So I don't recommend it. But you can also, you can. Let me go back here. Hold on. There it is. I was like, where'd it go? I ain't crashing my stream. No. But you can even have it where it's only subscribers. So when people subscribe, that stuff will happen. It's a nice thing. I like it. Store, okay, and then Hype Boss. Hype Boss is what I was telling you about earlier. So the only thing I don't like about the Hype Boss on here is you can't really change much to it. So here's the rules for your Hype Boss. This is what I was explaining earlier. So the Hype Boss allows you to have it where when people either follow or use bits, subscribe, tip, or anything like that, it's going to do a certain amount of damage to the Hype Boss. And whoever then kills the Hype Boss becomes the next Hype Boss. So you know how some people will have like bit battles or seeing who's going to be the top of the leaderboard on points and stuff like that. This is another type of thing you can do, and you can set it up to where it's only bit damage. So one, you're making a little bit of money for people who are using bits. You can make it for subscribers only, so you're still making money and stuff like that. There's different ways to go about it, but it's a fun little thing that people used to use a few years back, but I don't really see it as much anymore. And it's a nice little feature, like I said. But you can have it to where it's got a fixed HP. It can increase its HP. You got Final Blow and Overkill. And it says with any excessive damage beyond the boss's remaining health is added to the new boss, which is cool. You can have it any type of base HP you want. You can show the image. You can show the action text. You can change the colors. You can add a hat to the left if you wanted to. So it's a nice little thing too. It's nice. I'm gonna go and hide some stuff here. Actually, let me kind of clean up my space. There we go. Okay. So for engagement, so your countdown, this is going to be your timer. So as you can see up top here, here's the timer. I'll make it a little bit bigger if it will. Where is it? Text. There we go. So you can set your timer up. I don't see a lot of people use these either unless it's going to be for some big event or like when a new update comes out. I see a lot of people do that for like game releases and stuff like that. So that's a nice little feature. And then we have contests. So if you're needing to set up your contest and giveaway in StreamElements. So that is something you guys want to set up outside of your overlay. Media requests, we can't use that anymore. Merchandise goals, self-explanatory. The subscriber credit roll. So for that, I think I have to preview for it to work. But you can have it go horizontal or vertical. I prefer vertical just because horizontal is just a straight line that goes all the way across, and it's very hard to read a lot of the information. But if I go to preview is when I see it. This is opening up StreamElements so much to me. I told you it was gonna. I told you that I wanted to make sure you were here because there's so much. Like, this is why I couldn't just cram it into a single video. Like, I had to put it in a stream. I would have had like 15 videos just in the editor if I was to do this separately. People have been like, God, this guy's just making like the same videos of the same thing. I'm like, I swear I'm not. There's so much. There's so much in this thing. Okay, so it didn't want to work. I know I did this yesterday. I just forget how I did this yesterday. Yeah, I forget how I did this yesterday. The list is only loaded in the overlay loads. Please, place this widget in your end screen overlay for best results. Let's see, save, preview. Did I not save it before? Or is it just in a bad spot? It might be in a bad spot. Let me see. Let's bring it over here. Huh. Well, maybe because I don't have any subscribers. Maybe that's why it's not working. Because it's on Twitch. I haven't been on Twitch in forever. But essentially that is... it just will... It looks like the Star Wars scroll thing. All right, so labels. This is going to be self-explanatory as well. So this is going to be like your latest subscribers and exactly what it says here. So like latest subscriber, there it is. Okay, so this is what you'll see, and then you can move it anywhere on the screen. You can make it bigger. You can change the text. It's also very self-explanatory. So you can go into your text settings. You can mess with all this stuff. Once you start getting familiar with this layer system and this layout of how where everything is, it just becomes like a breeze. It's just trying to figure out like what is it you want. So like your labels are very self-explanatory. Latest follower, recent follower, just matters on what you want to have on there. Same thing with your tips. You know, so now when it comes to these though, now your train, I do like train count. I actually might start throwing that into mine because I do like that. So you can have a train count. Now I'm going to make this a little bit bigger because it's super friggin' small. Okay. Let's bring this guy over here. So if I go and have somebody say subscribe, now you can see that it says who's subscribed, and then, you know, how long the timer is going to go for, and then how many we have. But then if we get another one, it resets the timer, and we get another one. Come on, emulate it. There we go. So now we get another one, and it tells you like how many you got within that 5-minute train. I lost my mind when I figured out it was that easy. I see so many big streamers that have this on there, and I was like, I wonder what the heck that is. It's that. I like that. It's cool. And then you can also do this with event lists. So event list is basically these guys right here. So it'll tell you, you know, how many people are, you know, who used bits last, how many hosts who rated, and so on and so forth. And you can change that to show however many as you want. And then you're going to want to, obviously, of course, adjust that. You know, you can kind of resize it to a small degree without it like falling into each other like that. But that's essentially how that is. You can include purchases on it. You can get rid of certain stuff. You can change the background color if you want to. Now, what's really cool about the background color is you can include the hex code, you can include the RGB, or the HSL. Now, there is going to be a link in the video description, and it's something that I use. It's the Adobe color wheel. So I think it's like color.adobe.com or something like that. And you can get any type of color pretty much you want and figure out what the hex color is. So if you know, like if you're trying to keep your stuff within like a brand color, then you can use that brand color wheel that you created and then just copy and paste the hashtag and numbers and everything like that in here to get the exact color, which is nice. And then all this other stuff is pretty much stuff I've already gone over. So that is that. Let's see what else we got. Get everything. Oh, bot counters. So your chat command count displayed in real time. So this is interesting. And I think this is something that that you can use, Skinny in particular. But anybody who's watching this, whether you're watching it live or if you're watching this as a VOD, you have to set up a command for this. But you can set this up for like a death counter. You can set it up as a win counter and stuff like that. Or you can set it for anything you really want. It's just you got to understand how to do the actual type of command setup for it. So it does give you some examples on how to set the command up. And let me see if I actually have it. Okay. So I think I did a custom command for it. Yes. So this custom command is going to be the $user and also $count wins. So if I was to go into a chat, so we'll use my Twitch chat, and all I do is exclamation point wins, you'll then see it eventually pop up. Right there it goes. So right there it shows how many wins I got. So you have to make sure you have that set up for the command. Now I feel like I'm gonna have to make some video on commands and all the lovely variables that are here, because this is too much to go over right now. So let me go back. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here. But God, is it awesome. So for your static, this is all self-explanatory stuff. So slideshow, video, images, text, a product rotator if you use the products, and then, you know, like I mentioned earlier, custom widgets if you have the HTML, CSS, stuff like that. The one thing about the slideshow that I do like is it actually works pretty nicely. So we're going to move this guy here. And I'm just going to grab some images that I already have. So we'll grab this one. Let's grab that one. And we'll grab one more. Let's grab this one. All right, so we got 3. So you have a delay. This is the delay between each image in seconds. So if I want to have a delay to be 3 seconds between each image, now you can see it's a little bit slower. So 1, and then when it transitions, we'll have 1, 2, 3, bam. So you'll have that, and then you can also have the time before history repeats itself. I leave it at 0, and then you can have how many images you want. Show images for how long. Sorry, can't read. So this is going to be how many seconds before it transitions to the next one. So you'll have the delay before it transitions, And then you have the delay of also for how long it takes before it shows that image. So, or how long the image is showing for, sorry. So the 5 seconds is how long the image is on the screen. 3 seconds before it transitions to the other. Sorry, didn't mean to confuse you guys. And that's really nice. I do like that. You can also randomize it as well. So this is pretty cool. I don't know what the max images are, but it is pretty nice. And I like that it's all web-based. So I don't have to have a local file or a local folder on my computer with all that information and everything in it and trying to pull it and trying to have my computer kill itself as it's, trying to render all this stuff and compute. And I need like 128 gigs of RAM for it to understand everything I'm trying to do. All right, let's see what else we got. So we don't have to worry about that. We don't have to worry about this. And then that's it. Okay, so that is pretty much it. I think we covered it all, or at least enough to get you guys going. Now, what I did mention earlier, let me go back here. Sure, we'll leave. That's fine. So what I did mention earlier with this one, somebody in the chat, I don't know if you're still here, somebody was asking about a just chatting scene. So this one right here, this one gives you a chat box that you can put your chat into. So webcam, chat box, all of your different types of widgets, and then your main game or whatever that you're playing. Now you can customize this however you want. So you can actually make this bigger. You can get rid of that. You can get rid of any of these things and hide them and just have that, or you can get rid of this completely, move this up and put your webcam here, and you can keep this stuff here. So that it's fully customizable and however you want it to be. And then once you are comfortable with it, you just save it before you exit out. Then click on these 3 dots, copy URL, and then we're going to go into here. We're going to make ourselves a browser source. So if you guys are unfamiliar on how to do that, we're going to click here. We're going to go to browser source. We're going to give ourselves a brand new one. And it actually copied it. I didn't want to do that. Get out of here. Let's do it again. Browser source. Brand new one. Haha. I win. Copy and paste. Control V. For those of you guys who don't know the shortcut, I actually get comments asking how to paste, so that's why I'm saying Control V as in Victor. So 1920 by 1080 is what I originally set it all up for. And bam, there you go. So again, webcam, main stuff there. You're all good to go. But yeah, that is pretty much it, guys. Is there anything you guys have any questions about for anything that I did go over or anything like that? Also, do you guys want to see more stuff like this? Like, do you want to see more educational behind the scenes type of streams where I kind of go over these things a little bit more versus what I show in my videos? I mean, my videos are very quick to the point, but still are informative. So if you guys are new to this channel, I really recommend you guys taking a look at some of the videos that I already have on my channel, because I might have answered the questions that you guys might have. But I just want to kind of get you guys' feedback on this. So I do have a survey for you all to fill out. It's 5 questions, and it's just to give me a better idea of the general feedback. But that's already in the video description below. So when you guys get a moment to just answer those 5 quick questions, I would really appreciate it. I am going to be giving you guys this in the Discord, so make sure you join the Discord. The link for that is also in the description, and there's a lot of other stuff there for you guys. So there's a lot of free assets. There's motivational posts, motivational sound clips, motivational things to kind of help you guys get out of your bad ruts whenever you are in those type of ruts, or to get your mind in a better mindset whenever it comes to streaming or content creation or just everyday life. Because everything that we do because we enjoy it, and sometimes we just have a foggy day or a foggy week, and just kind of listening to another person to kind of tell you what you should hear, not what you want to hear, sometimes helps you get out of those bad times. So you guys are wanting me to do OBS.live, huh? So I'm going to mute this, or not mute, but I'm going to like disable that real quick. So you guys want to actually see, you guys are going to see the weird effect. But this is what I use. It's doing a dance on the screen. So plugins, I mean, I can definitely kind of go through some of them, because there's a lot of plugins, but not all of them are super useful. So I'll pick maybe like a few and kind of talk about them. But in terms of the information that you got today about StreamElements, is there anything else that you guys want to know about the overlays, or anything particular about StreamElements that you guys want to learn after today? I think I have everything you showed us works with other bots. I don't know. That I don't know. It might, but I don't know. We'll see if that works. Beautiful. Okay, so it did work. So guys, that is the Discord. I recommend you guys jumping in there, and feel free to introduce who you are. Go and go take a look at the stream help section, and I'll eventually be giving you guys that PDF for you guys to download for like the pros and cons, or what each platform is offering and everything like that. And this video will be up tomorrow. It's gonna go through its process, but I'll have this video up tomorrow for you guys to always rewatch it back and everything like that. I'll try to add in some timestamps as well if I get some time around to do that, and that way you guys will be able to just kind of jump around to what it is you're looking for. Gru, hey, no problem. Like I said, this is something that I want to be able to try to do more of. I want to know what the community is looking for. Like, that's my biggest thing. Like, if you guys are wanting to see more educational stuff, I have so much in my brain that I could literally come up with like plan after plan after plan. Because I've been streaming since 2013. Like I've learned a thing or two. I've absorbed so much information, and if I can be any type of help to anybody, that is my biggest thing. Like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, my DMs are always open. Oh, you can always come to me for stuff. But half the time, that's just a bunch of puffed up air. But, I mean, there's people that comment on videos of mine that are like 2-3 years old. I still comment on them. Because if it's something that I'm able to help somebody with, I'm going to help. That's just the nature of who I am. It's how I've been for years, and I'm just never going to change that. So I know streaming is still new to a lot of people, and even for the seasoned streamers out there, there's always something to learn. And even for myself, there's stuff that I still need to learn. And I always encourage other streamers to correct me on things that I may have said wrong, because if I'm wrong, I want to be corrected, and that way I can let other people know. I'm not a guru. I just share what I know. So that's why I was saying, I just want to try to figure out, through the survey that I have in the video description, that will give me a better idea of what the community is looking for. So that way I can put more time and energy into that. But if you guys don't have any questions, I'm going to give it about another 5 minutes or so for you guys to throw out some more questions or some other things you want to see. I know OBS Live is one of the biggest things you guys want to see currently. If there's anything else out there that you guys want to throw onto that list, you guys can put it into the survey. or you guys can tell me about it right now, and I'll write it down on my notebook that I have over here by me. But I just want to answer any other questions, and I want to thank you guys all for coming to the stream. Skinny, thank you so much for continuing supporting it, being a member. And Void, I appreciate the super chat and the super support of you also joining the membership squad as well, man. I do appreciate that. Again, I got to figure out when you're streaming so I can try to catch your streams. But this is actually a pretty good turnout. I'm actually pretty humble on how well this was. What do you think about Restream? So I have used Restream, and I'm actually working with them on something. And I can't tell you guys what just yet, but I'm working with them on something. Restream is great for beginner streamers because it lets you kind of see what platform might work for you without you having to just stick with one. The only downside to Restream, in my opinion, is the fact of having to pay to be able to stream to Facebook. That's the biggest downside, especially for a lot of smaller streamers, up and coming streamers. There's not a lot of expenses that we have that we can just kind of, throw out there. So that's the biggest thing. So I did have a video. I think it's still pretty relevant. If you go onto my YouTube channel, there's a whole section that says like learn streaming software, and there's a Restream playlist. I would say take a look at the how to set up or how to stream with Restream, and it should still be pretty relevant, where you just add the destinations you want to go to, take the stream key, and then bring it into OBS. Now, OBS and Streamlabs OBS, they both have the option to where you can just select Restream, and you should be able to select a server, and then you can just drop in the streamer key, and then once you have that set up, then you just hit go live on it, whether it's OBS Studio or Streamlabs, and then you should be good to go from there. But if you have any questions about it, definitely reach out to me in Discord. You can throw a comment on the video. I try to get to comments at least within 24 hours, but Discord's usually the fastest way to get a hold of me because my phone is usually close by, as long as you tag me. So if you tag me on a Discord post, then I should be able to find it. Just make sure you put it in the stream help chat. Don't put it in the general chat, because then I have to delete it, and then it's no fun. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you all so much for coming, and hopefully you guys learned quite a good deal. If you do need to rewatch this, it is going to be available tomorrow. I don't know when exactly tomorrow, because it's going to take a little bit of time for it to process the HD version of everything. But like I was saying, be sure to go ahead and join the Discord. That way you guys can get some helpful things. I'm going to be giving you guys this sheet right here. I'm going to be giving to you in the Discord. So once the stream's over, you will see it there. There's also some other stuff there, some free assets like overlays and panels and stingers and a bunch of other stuff that you guys can use. And I'm always updating it whenever I can. But anything I can do to try to help you guys out is what I'm aiming for. But if you enjoyed the stream today, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're wanting to learn more tech side stuff of streaming. And don't forget to also like. And I will see you guys in another stream, which will be on Friday around like 11 or 12 o'clock Central Time. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. But thank you guys so much, and you guys have a good night.